Secret codes have shaped history in profound ways. Consider Mary, Queen of Scots. Her coded messages were intercepted. This led to her trial and execution. It shows how powerful secret writing can be. It highlights the life or death stakes involved. Cryptography is the art of secret writing. It allows people to communicate securely. Its story begins thousands of years ago. Ancient civilizations needed to protect their secrets. They developed clever methods to hide information. This was vital for military and diplomatic purposes. One early method was the cipher. This was used by the Spartans in ancient Greece. They used a wooden rod called a citale. A strip of parchment was wrapped around it. The message was written along the rod's length. When unwrapped, the letters seemed jumbled. Only someone with an identical rod could read it. This method relied on a physical tool. It was simple but effective for its time. It provided basic security for important messages sent by military commanders. Another famous ancient cipher is the Caesar cipher. It was used by Julius Caesar himself. He needed to send secret messages to his generals. This cipher is a substitution cipher. Each letter in the message is shifted. It moves a certain number of places down the alphabet. For example, with a shift of 3, A becomes D, B becomes E, and so on. This method is very easy to understand and use. The Caesar cipher was useful for its time. However, it is not very secure by modern standards. There are only a limited number of possible shifts. An enemy could try all of them. This is called a brute force attack. Despite its weakness, it was a significant step. It demonstrated the basic principle of replacing letters. This idea would be built upon for centuries. It laid a foundation for more complex systems of encryption. As time went on, simple ciphers faced new challenges. The Caesar cipher, for instance, had a major flaw. It was vulnerable to something called frequency analysis. In any language, some letters appear more often than others. For example, E is very common in English. If H appears most often in a Caesar-shifted message, H likely represents E. This insight allowed code breakers to crack many simple substitution ciphers quite easily. This weakness spurred the need for stronger methods. The medieval period saw further developments in cryptography. Rulers and scholars continued to seek better ways to protect information. The need for secure communication did not diminish. In fact, it grew with expanding kingdoms and complex politics. The limitations of existing ciphers were becoming more apparent. Cryptographers began to explore more sophisticated techniques. They aimed to create codes that could resist the prying eyes of their adversaries. This era was a crucial incubator for cryptographic thought. A significant breakthrough came with the Vigenère cipher. It was developed in the 16th century. This cipher is a polyalphabetic cipher. This means it uses multiple Caesar ciphers in sequence. A keyword determines which cipher is used for each letter. This makes frequency analysis much harder. The same letter in the original message could be encrypted to different letters. This complexity was a major step forward in the art of secret writing. The Vigenère cipher earned a formidable reputation. It was called le chiffre indéchiffrable. This means the indecipherable cipher. For about 300 years, it remained effectively unbreakable. Many believed it was truly secure. Its strength lay in its use of a keyword. This keyword added a layer of complexity that baffled codebreakers for a long time. It was a testament to the ingenuity of cryptographers of that era. Its eventual breaking also taught valuable lessons. The 20th century brought a new dimension to cryptography. This was the age of mechanization. Machines could now create and decipher complex codes. This dramatically increased both the complexity of ciphers and the speed of encryption. The First World War had already shown the importance of codes, but World War II would see cryptography play an even more decisive role. The stakes were incredibly high and code breaking became a critical part of warfare. Germany used a machine called Enigma during World War II. It looked like a typewriter but was far more complex. It used a series of rotors and a plug board. These components scrambled messages in a very sophisticated way. Each day, the settings for the rotors and plug board were changed. This meant the encryption method was constantly evolving. The Germans believed Enigma was unbreakable. Millions of possible settings made it seem impenetrable. Breaking the Enigma code was a monumental task. It required brilliant minds and immense effort. A team of codebreakers at Bletchley Park in Britain took on this challenge. Alan Turing, a pioneering mathematician, was a key figure. He and his colleagues developed innovative techniques. They also built machines like the bomb to help decipher Enigma messages. Their work was top secret and incredibly stressful. They knew lives depended on their success. The success of the Bletchley Park team had a huge impact on World War II. Breaking Enigma gave the Allies vital intelligence. They could read German communications. This helped them anticipate enemy movements and strategies. Historians believe it shortened the war by several years. It saved countless lives. Turing's contribution was immense. His work not only helped win the war but also laid foundations for computer science. After World War II, the world entered the digital age. Information began to be stored and transmitted electronically. This created new challenges for security. Protecting digital data became crucial. The old methods of cryptography were not enough for this new era. Computers could perform calculations much faster. This meant that ciphers previously considered strong could now potentially be broken more easily. A new approach was desperately needed for this interconnected world. A revolutionary idea emerged in the 1970s. This was public key cryptography. Whitfield Diffie, Martin Hellman, and Ralph Merkle were key figures in its development. This concept changed cryptography forever. Before this, a secret key had to be shared between parties. This was difficult and risky over long distances. Public key cryptography offered a solution to this fundamental problem. It allowed secure communication without a pre-shared secret, a truly groundbreaking shift. Public key cryptography uses two related keys. One key is public. Anyone can use it to encrypt a message. The other key is private. Only the recipient knows this key. It is used to decrypt the message. This system is incredibly powerful. It means you can send a secret message to someone. You only need their public key. You do not need to have met them or shared a secret beforehand. This innovation opened up secure communication on a global scale. Today we rely on advanced digital encryption every day. It protects our online banking and credit card transactions. It secures our emails and private messages. The journey from ancient ciphers like Cytale to modern algorithms is remarkable. Each step built on the last. The fundamental need for privacy and security remains. Cryptography continues to evolve. It safeguards our digital lives in an increasingly connected world. The principles of secrecy, once carved on stone, now protect the digital ether.